All right, welcome to the Ravit Show. We are here at Data Innovation Summit, and look who I have with me, Siddharth Rajagopal, Chief Architect at EMEA. First of all, welcome to the Ravit Show.
Thank you.
It is such a pleasure to have you. I think we've been connected since a while on
Yes,
LinkedIn and
yes.
obviously following each other. I'm here to obviously learn a little about what's happening at Data Innovation Summit, what's happening at Informatica, and a little about you and what you're working on. So would you like to introduce yourself? Tell us about what do you feel about Data Innovation Summit?
First of all, great to meet you in person, Ravit. As you said, we've been in touch, and I follow a lot of what you put in on LinkedIn and other social media. So really great to meet you in person. So amazing. I mean, the size and scale of Data Innovation Summit this year is amazing. I'm really enjoying the conversations, the learnings from all of us. Of course, as expected, Gen AI is a hot topic out there, but also a lot of discussions around people and process and how important it is to set up the foundation in terms of data and data management is a recurring theme. So I'm really enjoying all the different kinds of panels, the different discussions. So yeah, great to be here.
That's awesome, and exactly what I feel about the Data Innovation Summit. I think a lot of conversations by the enterprise leaders, the other folks are pretty interesting because yes, Gen AI is at the center, but there are real problems that are being spoken here, and there are real solutions that obviously vendors are talking about.
Absolutely.
So that brings me to another interesting question is about popular trends occurring in the space in EMEA region.
Right.
Do you want to share a little, because you meet a lot of customers, you hang out with a lot of leaders as well.
Yes.
Would you like to share anything?
Yeah, I think in EMEA specifically, Gen AI is being looked at both as a possibility, but if you look
Right.
at broader AI as well, you may have heard in the European Union, the AI Act is a big topic. So there's also a lot of discussions around how we can innovate in a safe manner. And
Exactly.
a lot of my discussions, I was part of a CXO roundtable a couple of weeks ago in Belgium, and the biggest discussion was the EU AI Act and how that is kind of like a GDPR on steroids. Because there's a lot of discussions about managing risk and how you're going to categorize the risk as part of the AI Act. So a lot of CXOs are really trying to ensure they have the balance between innovating their organization for AI, but at the same time managing the risk and managing the security of aspect behind that. So yeah, that's an important topic. Another really common theme which comes up a lot is data products. I'm sure it comes up in the other regions as well, but it's a huge topic in EMEA as well, especially around scaling data products. I think data products is no longer at that initial phase where it's a buzzword. It's much more about much more about how do I get from the first 5 or 10 data products to hundreds of products to thousands of consumers. So that's a very common discussion around what are the techniques to really scale data products in a trusted manner.
Okay, that's fantastic. So what's one big challenge that you see with even the enterprise companies out there when it comes to data products? Would you like to share anything that you've been hearing a lot, and it's been like a challenge for a while, and now obviously being the chief architect, it helps you to solve those real problems.
Sure, and I don't know if I can call those world problems, but yeah, a challenge and an area which Informatica has also been heavily looking at, and we've released recently our cloud data access management is for this reason, because a challenge for scaling data products is everything around consumption. How do I consume data products but in a safe manner so the people who are consuming it are allowed to only see what they can see for the data, right? So that's an important aspect, which is why we've launched cloud data access management like a couple of months ago. And it also acts as an offensive manner because as soon as you have the auditing behind this, it enables consumers to look at who accesses the data, when and for which purpose, right? So that also becomes a great way to scale how actually people are using these data products for. So it can be both a defensive mechanism in terms of protecting data, but also an offensive mechanism in terms of measuring who's accessing when.
Exactly. No, I love those insights, and thanks for sharing that. Quickly also, how Informatica and IDMC is supporting EU AI Act and data products with the customers.
Right.
Would love to know a little about that since we are on this topic.
Sure. Great question. I think EU AI Act is a really big, broad topic. So I would be lying if I said Informatica has a solution for the end-to-end AI Act, but I think an important piece towards EU AI Act is AI governance. So we need to ensure that we have the right AI catalog to support different risk managements, and that ties up very well with data governance as well, because on top of your AI models, of course, you want to track kind of the bias or the drift scores,
Exactly.
but you also want to track, again, going back to the data products topic, that you feed trusted data products for your AI models. And a great way to do that is with using our marketplace, which becomes like a mechanism to support AI models as well. We've had a couple of customers in EMEA who've started also using data products for AI purposes, so they can track how to use that. So that's a great way. And on top of that, I'm sure you are aware of Claire. So Claire is our AI ML model, and that also helps in terms of the AI Act to do auto classifications. So it helps ensure that privacy sensitive elements and the risk categorization behind that can be done in a much more automated, scalable fashion. So these are things we are working with our customers, and great to also get their feedback and improve our products further.
I love it, and it can only happen when you have like a good feedback coming from the customers. So I think definitely I know a lot about Claire GPT for sure. Like spoken to Jitesh, Gaurav, and team, and obviously it's pretty interesting stuff that you've built up there. Quickly on on since we are here at Data Innovation Summit, how are you looking in terms of meeting these enterprise leaders? Are you hearing anything? Do you want to share anything with our audience? In particular, it could be anything.
I think a lot of discussions is around how enterprises and the leaders are adapting their teams to manage all these trends that we discussed, right?
Exactly.
So a lot of discussion is also, of course, about technology, but also about the process of how to adapt their enterprises to be able to best make use of these trends, and which ones are really a hype versus which ones are there for the long run, right? So I think these are the common discussions happening. Great to learn from everyone as well. So that's one of the key reasons I'm here, of course, to interact with all of you guys, but also to learn and pick up everything from all of this. So
this is
really
amazing, Siddharth. And thanks for sharing all the great insights on the Ravit Show. It is always a pleasure chatting with the Informatica team. And
thank you.
Definitely, you guys are on the run of doing all the interesting stuff for the enterprise companies out there.
Right.
One last question for you is, if people want to reach out to you, if they want to learn about more that you're working on, or even look at Informatica resources, where can they do that?
To reach out to me, LinkedIn is probably the best way. So easiest way to reach out to me is on LinkedIn. I love to connect. I'm also talking with a lot of our customers, but also a lot of our partners around the LinkedIn channel. So that's the best way to reach out to me. To reach out to Informatica, I think the best way is to reach via our website, informatica.com. Easiest way to reach out from there. There are several mechanisms. Look forward to all the conversations, and again, lovely to speak to you, Ravit.
Same here, Siddharth. Such a pleasure, and definitely we'll keep the conversation going. Absolutely. And we'll keep in touch. But thanks again for visiting the Ravit Show.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone for watching us.